Okay, so we didn't do a full video on this because we didn't really think it was pertinent. And then we got into it and realized Ford sucks. So I'm going to start by talking about the failure and what happened, and then we'll kind of go into how the procedure is done. So on this truck only has 90,000 kilometers, so like 45,000 miles. Not a lot. They are meticulous with their maintenance. They do oil changes every 5,000 kilometers. Really good that way. But the failure was actually this sprocket. It's an idler for the timing. And if you pan down in here, you can see, so it goes here and it holds our chain in line. So what happened was our chain, because this sprocket failed, our chain slacked off, our tensioner maxed out, and our timing actually skipped. We ended up getting a P0016 code on this engine. We tried changing the sensors, didn't fix it. We didn't really think it made sense that the timing had changed, but when we grabbed our chain with the valve covers off, we could see that it was loose. So, and we could see our tensioner was maxed right out. So pulled the thing apart, front cover, valve covers, all of that, and changed this piece out. So for timing on these guys, it's really weird how they time it. They don't really have on the crank, like they have a timing mark, but kind of not quite. So you have to put your crank in the 11 o'clock position on the keyway, and then there's a dot and a mark, a two position mark on your chain that you have to line up. Now, if you try to crank it over, your cams won't line up again. We cranked it like 10 times, they still wouldn't line up again. So we thought we maybe did something wrong. Turns out that's just the way it was designed. So your crank will line up again every 2 revolutions, your cams won't. They'll just kind of do their own thing. Kind of like a hunting gear set, but with a chain. So that's this thing. You know, I have to say to Ford, like, kind of, what are you thinking? Like, terrible design. Like, this is supposed to be the toughest engine Ford ever built with their torture tests, and this, you know, this is terrible. So that's our failure. We're gonna start putting it all back together, clean parts, new gaskets, everything like that. And sorry, did I come too far? And yeah, we're gonna get it together and we'll go from there. But we wanted to give you guys a bit of a look-see at this thing because you know, if you have that P0016 code and it won't go away, double check this. This is probably the issue. And you know, it's a pain to do, but at least then you won't, you know, skip timing and end up blowing up an engine altogether. So, P0016, don't ignore it. I think it's just bleeding the fuel up. Second, you like flashing. Okay, that sounds better.
Don't give him any more hard, bro. He's got 2 kids. That sounds good. Sounds better.
Yeah, that sounds really good. So shaky.
I'm saying so let's get the road.